Okay, let's start the session once the games actually start. Let's take one €4 game as well. Usually I don't play those, but to get something started. Seems like pretty silent evening, but hopefully get something running. Well, let's move on. Heads up game. Forget queens. Let's see if we get any action. Well, not the greatest flop. Most of the time I have the best hand, but it's going to be tough to get value. I mean, oh yeah, you can sometimes have the 4 or the ace, but yeah, 7-9. Well, we got one min bet out of him. Pocket deuces I will actually shove. We are like 30 BP deep, so it's pretty standard overall. Let's make small c-bet with the queen high as well. If I had club, I would check back on the flop. But we probably lost this one. I don't try bluffing anymore. And this guy betting 60. That's dog bet. Well, not flush draw completed as well. Well, I only have a queen high on the bottom left, so it's probably fine to turn it into bluff. Trips. Okay. This guy is at least passive, if nothing else. I mean, of course, on the river it makes sense that he doesn't bet, but the question is why the heck he doesn't bet on the turn. And the €4 game. We instantly got gold caller. I will be pretty happy to stack off here. Yeah, I think I just well, I don't know. Let's just take the calling line. There is some danger that some random overcard comes, but it's not such horrible thing overall. And this shallow stacks are so shallow at this point that I can pretty nicely shove. And he had the ace, which of course should be ace 7, which should be very easy fold pre-flop. Pretty crappy flop on the top right. Just check back. Maybe we actually hit something. I think we can probably go for the LHC bet here. We might even get some a high to fold. Well, now the ace came actually. Well, it's still decent scare card. On the heads up, definitely stacking off and manage to. If he doesn't have the ace or king 10, it's a great card for me. He shouldn't have that many eggs overall. And king 10 might bet the turn himself, so I don't think it's horrible spot to try bluffing. Okay, he had the ace. And definitely calling on the top left. No improvement. But yeah, it heads up, of course, it was pretty much set up flop, but we lay line to make like absurdly huge check shove. Wasn't really that great. I mean, check raising is standard, but I think it was deep enough that he would have easily made smaller check raise and aim to shove turns if I just call. Again, we get cold call and now the button shoves, so easy fold. Basically, that cold calling 3 bets is something that I would pretty much say that if you never do it, it's not a huge mistake. Kind of crappy. Crappy river. Can't really set mine on the top left, so it's more like shower fold, and I think I am a bit on the deep side overall to shower without Andy's either. The top right is clear, check back if the villain check. I also have the backdoor flush draw. Even though I didn't improve, I still call here because there is like absurd amount of possible semi-bluffs he can have, and we actually hit the ace. He's on the river. Nice bonus. But yeah, AX in that spot is actually pretty decent. Of course, it's better to have some sort of pair as bluff catcher, but the good side of the AX is that you don't really block any of the possible semi-bluffs villain can have, and you still beat at least most of the semi-bluffing hand. Of course, if he bets with some sort of AX, then we are not beating that, but AX basically shouldn't be betting that often anyway. Let's post on my blog about the stream as well. So raising on the bottom left, top right, we can definitely continue value betting in limp spots. But that's river kind of suck. Hopefully he checks back some sort of okay split spot. I check back on the bottom left. Well, it's very tough for the villain to have a 5x at least. Of course, he might have like some sort of jack 10 or 10-9, but let's bluff catch. Oh, bit bigger open raise than I tried to do on the bottom left. And this guy check raised me on the flop. Okay, well, shoving the river, and let's see if we get call from something. Let's link with the 7 deuce, it's still suited, so some potential anyway. On the top right, the villain is min raising from the small blind, so we can defend pretty wide. Though crappiest of offsuit queens are still, I think, pretty marginal. Because the post of playability simply suck. And bottom set on the top left. Also big blind can easily have a lot of stuff on that sort of flop. Oh well. Pretty huge open raise, but definitely not folding. He's queen suited. Even 3-bet calling wouldn't be absurd necessarily, but it would be pretty thin still. On the bottom right, I will actually go for 3-bet shove here. The risk reward is actually pretty decent when there is caller as well. And actually hit our gut shot on the top right. I think I just check shove here. And we have the nut flush on the bottom left. Oh, he had also the 5x. I also had, I think, backdoor flush draw, so it was reasonable call in on the flop. I think villain is triple barreling on the top left, so of course we have kind of decent hand, but I think I still give up. And flush on the bottom right, bottom right, bottom right. That spade was ugly. Yeah. We might even have some full houses here. And me having flush blockers don't really matter when it's 3 and 4 or very small ones. Well, on the top left we have quite sort of interesting stack situation. One player is like huge stack. I actually try to bluff here on the bottom left. Well, now it changed a little bit. This guy calling king 3 suited is pretty horrible. Hopefully he doesn't make. I guess I still call with it. Though if the small blind makes that sort of call, it might be pretty questionable move, but oh well. Second not flush, but not enough. Well, Villa is wrapping pretty thin on the top right. He actually had the 10. I just decided to shove with the pocket 7s. It's definitely plus EV. It's kind of hands that you don't really want to fold it. Calling is kind of ugly as well. And small 3, but you don't really want to get called and play big pots out of position with pocket 7s. So I think it's just best to shove and keep it simple. Oh well. Wasn't nice turn. Like if he has the jack now it's straight, he also fuzz is possible and so on, so on. Not too sensible move by the villain, in my opinion. Basically never getting caught by weaker hand when he shoves 20 pp. Well, never might be too big, too strong word, but almost never. Now he shoves again. Well, I think I call here because his range is going to be somewhat capped. So of course he might be shoving those big AX hands as well. Not running hot on the all-ins, it seems. Well, let's open Summersby. This is like cider. Just came from the sauna before I started session, and I usually take take one after sauna. Jack High wasn't quite enough, and Vilungi 3-betting. So this guy this guy calls pocket deuces here against the 4x 3-bet. Pretty funny stuff. Well, heads up on the bottom left and quite close of possible heads up on the top right. Yeah, see, but it 410 because there are quite a few turns we can continue barreling. I could have also tried limping with the ace-4. Would probably be safer option at least. And let's try to semi-bluff on the bottom left. And we don't have diamond, but I mean it does complete some draws. Of course, if the villain has like 10x or better, he's not folding, but maybe we get some sort of 5x, maybe sometimes even 9x to fold. And if we get even like a high fold, it's pretty solid as well. Well, probably can't really value, but we would try to get value from like 9 high. That would be quite something. Well, pretty solid flop. And pocket sixes, I would just open shove. Yeah, well, we do beat some like 7x plus draw. Really small bet, but a high equity on that monotone board is just going to be, I think, so low that folding is probably reasonable. Question is, could we value bet the deuce? I think we might, like, if he has better, it will be like 8x and nothing else. So I think I actually try to get really thin valued here. You can raise the ace-3, but it's not really that great spot. Well, we got free river with our combo draw, not bad. Oh well. Well, let's try for river bluff. Once that should have called probably that flop bet. Turn value bet changed into river bluff. Sitting out. Oh, I won with 10-9 high. Pretty solid. Well, that's the problem of c-betting that sort of hand. Luckily he folded. And way too many clubs on the top right. You don't have a huge amount of showdown value with the queen high necessarily, so think I go for semi bluffed here. I think it's pretty close. You have some showdown value, of course, but yeah, let's not register another €4. And betting bluffing on the bottom left, at least we can definitely have 9x. 9x at least here. Let's go one step and give up. I could also give up right away, but I think it's still not too coordinated that we couldn't try betting in half and 10. This guy seems like he's not going to bet the flop at any point, so maybe I should be donk betting those, and he hits the